the law of attraction doesn't work, not in isolation. You must be wondering what on earth is she going on about. On the one hand, she says that you can have anything that you want, and then she says you can only have these things under specific conditions. Now, isn't all of that law of attraction? Yes, it is. And as I have told you before, when you're experimenting with law of attraction, do try with the little things, and when you achieve the little things, you gain the confidence to set goals for the bigger things in life. And then remember, I keep telling you that it is important to set three different types of goals: mindset goals and action goals. And when we talk about action goals, I have repeatedly told you that action to be taken must be grounded in proper knowledge. Skills must be acquired, and these actions must be executed in a routine manner. So what does all this tell you about the law of attraction? One thing, the law of attraction does work, but it does not work in isolation. It works in combination, or rather it works along with other laws of nature or other universal laws of nature. What are those laws? It's up to you to discover, actually, because it is not so easy to put a finger on these laws. We will explore some of these laws as I have discovered them in my life, and through wide reading and accessing research materials, I have come to the conclusion that these are universal laws that apply to any situation and any human being. Okay, so back to the issue of law of attraction. Now, when we talk about law of attraction, we always begin with goal setting. I'm repeating that. And then we talk about creating a list of actions to support those goals after changing mindset. And these actions must be carried out in a routine manner. So what are actions carried out in a routine manner? When you carry out actions in a routine manner, initially it is done with some conscious thinking, but over time these actions become habits. They become automatic. They become subconscious, and we carry out these actions without much thinking. So the whole idea surrounding achieving anything you want is to get to a place where you are able to carry out the necessary actions in order to bring about the fruition of these goals without thinking. In other words, you must develop the habits. These habits become a system, and when you have reached the stage where you go from routine behavior to habits, and from habits to systems, now you have become a person who is ready to achieve your goal. And having achieved this goal then can become a part of you. It's not a temporary level that you achieve and then slip back to the old less than ideal ways. Let me give you an example. We have talked about this before, but let me give you an example again in the same area. I choose physical health to demonstrate all of these things that I'm telling you, because physical health is the one area we all have very high motivation to achieve, and it is quite independent of influence from external factors or other people, right? So it is subject to free will, our own free will, meaning if we decide that we want to become physically healthy and fit, there is very little from the external environment that can come in between us and achieving that goal, right? So I'm going to use physical health and fitness as an example yet again. Okay, so when you want to achieve a certain level of physical health and fitness, you start by setting outcome goals, but outcome goals are nothing without a mindset change, and followed by routine actions that eventually become habit and become systems. Routine habits that have become system will then bring about a whole new identity to you, and this routine habits, which are system that has now become a part of your very being, a part of your identity at your character level. Remember the 8 layers of identity. At your character level, then you will be able to keep what you have attained for the rest of your life. Now, making a behavior or certain actions, making them routine and working on them without ever giving up requires that you abide by other natural laws. Okay, for example, exercising every day. This requires another law that I believe is a universal law of nature. Okay, so this law is the law of cause and effect. Every action has a consequence. So the way you exercise, what exercise you choose to do, the harder they are, the more they are going to yield results. So cause and effect. If you exercise, then this becomes the cause to bring about the effect, which is increased health and fitness. So law of attraction, the way it is taught, as though it works in isolation. So you only set this goal and suddenly you will achieve the goal. Yes, in small things it works like that. Yeah, you set a goal and you energize it by thinking about it every day, by meditating upon it. It works. A really immediate goal. For example, you want your friend to buy you a cup of coffee. Just set it as a goal, think about your friend and meditate on it. You might magically influence your friend. Even that, I think you need to take some action. It's better if you give your friend a call and say, hey, how are you? I've been thinking about you. You know, we should meet up soon. And a few days down the road, or the very same day, the friend might just say, all right, I'm free today. Let's go out for that coffee. Yeah, so it does take a little bit of action, but it doesn't take the formation of routine actions that become habit, that then become a system which then becomes a part of your identity or your character. But for bigger goals, for long-term goals, you need this. So I just demonstrated to you that in the case of achieving health and fitness, lasting health and fitness, you need to also abide by another law of nature, law of cause and effect. And there is the law of free will. That's another law that I believe is a law of nature that governs all human beings. The law of free will posits that you are an individual who has a will, and you must use this will to carry out certain actions, to develop discipline and commitment, and you must stick to your chosen routine actions long enough until they become a habit. And even well after they have become a habit, you might still not have achieved your goal. Achieving a goal is not a given. Okay, so sometimes your goals don't materialize as you set out to achieve them at the time that you set out to achieve them. But this is only because you probably have not built a strong enough system, or the system you have built is not sufficient. For example, let's say if I want to reduce my body fat to 25%, but the routine behavior that includes exercise is only enough to reduce my body fat to 30%. So I will still fall short of achieving that goal. So this is what's stopping us from achieving our goal. Law of attraction alone does not work in isolation. It works along with other universal laws of nature, and today I mentioned two, which are law of cause and effect. What you do triggers the results that you get, and hence identifying and carrying out routine actions that over time become habit, and then become a system, and then become a part of your character, your innermost identity, right? So I also identified law of free will. Yeah, so law of cause and effect and law of free will. Law of free will essentially posits that you are a person with the free will to engage a discipline in order to, again, choose routine actions based on ample or sufficient knowledge, and repeat these routine actions long enough such that they become a habit, and then become a system, and then become a part of your character, which is the innermost layer of your identity. So there are other laws of nature which we discover through experiences in life ourselves, and of course to then juxtapose these experiences against research material in various fields like psychology and neurology, brings us to the to a rational conclusion that these are laws of nature that work. So yeah, we live in a magical world where we can have anything we want, but only if we abide by all the laws of nature. And part of that, a very, very big part of having what you want, in fact, it is so much more important than just having a goal, it's to develop habits. Yeah, so in the next video, we will talk about what are habits, how habits develop, and how we can replace a bad unwanted habit with a more empowering one. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please answer in the comment section below. Let me leave you with this one question. What is that one habit you have that you would like to remove now that we are at the helm of a whole new year? And if you would like me to answer a specific question about any area at all, also type in the comment section and I will address your question.